Okay, I am with Madeline, and we are out in front of this place on Anton. And I just want to give you a feel for the neighborhood. This is looking down the street, I'm assuming to the east. The streets are kind of windy, but it feels like it's to the east. And so if you head down this street and kind of wind around 3 or 4 blocks, there is a community pool and a park down in that direction. You can probably see it on Google Maps. But all the houses here are really well kept. I actually have some friends that live in this neighborhood, and the HOA, without being terribly oppressive, does a good job of just making sure that people are taking good care of their properties. So this one that we're about to walk through, from what I can tell, is probably the roughest in the area. But you can see just the houses that are, this is the house directly next door, which you can't see very well because of that tree, but it's well kept, nice landscaping. And then of course this is 658. This is the one that we're looking at, and the landscaping in the front yard is in pretty good shape. It's just a little neglected. A little bit of weeding and cleanup up here, it would be in tip-top shape pretty quickly. The backyard's going to need a little bit more love. And there's your host, Madeline. All right, so heading in, and just before we get in, give you a closer look at the roof. I'm guessing that this roof is original, but I don't see any physical damage or anything. It looks like it's in good shape, and I would guess that it has another good 15 years in it with just regular maintenance and that sort of thing. You've got some manufactured stone on the bottom around the house, and then the siding is just a composite wood. There's a little bit of trim there that needs some attention, but it's kind of like a seafoam green out here, but the siding all looks like it's generally in pretty good shape too. So just a feel for the walkway up here and the landscaping and your entranceway. You can see there's a drip system installed here along the front yard as well. So as you walk in, you've got just a steel door here that's been painted. And then throughout the common spaces here, there's a newer hand-scraped hardwood floor. It looks like probably maple. But right as you walk in, immediately to the left, you've got a coat closet. Pretty small. It's about 2 by 2 feet, but enough for a few coats and some boots or whatever. And then to the right is a staircase that goes up to the bonus room. And you can see there's quite a few kind of DIY jobs in here. Like this trim was installed by somebody. They didn't caulk it. They didn't fill the holes or anything like that. And so there's just some small issues that probably need a little attention beyond the obvious in here. But as you walk in, got vaulted ceilings. Obviously your family room here. There's a plant shelf. It's probably about 12 feet to the peak there. All your bedrooms and bathrooms are to the left down that hall. And this family room here is probably about 18 by 15 feet, I would say, that space specifically. And then you've got a little nook here where your dining table would be. And your kitchen, obviously. This dining area is probably about 10 by 12 on its own. And then your kitchen over here with your island. You can see the island is wrapped in, this is like a travertine subway tile. And the countertops are granite tiles. And the install is actually really nice. You can see it's really flush, and the grout lines are really tight, which is tough to do. So if I step back, I just wanted to point that out. It looks like it's a slab, but it's not. Those are tiles. Original cabinets all the way around. Look like they're in good physical shape. Nice refrigerator. The kitchen itself is probably about 12 by 12 feet, but there's lots of counter space here. You've got a pantry. It's a good sized pantry. It goes back around the corner. It's probably about 6 by 4 feet, so lots of storage in there. And then right next to the pantry and off of the kitchen is laundry and your access to the garage. So the laundry room is pretty tight. It's about 5 by 6 feet, so you've got just enough room for your machines right here. There's a little storage above and enough space to walk through, and that is about it. Flooring in here is original, just rolled vinyl, just a simple basic. Garage is an oversized 2-car garage. You've got an opener there. Lots of space on either side. There's about 4 feet on either side of the garage door for storage, so you could have shelving or a workbench all the way along the side and have plenty of space. Your main electrical panel is here. Not that it's terribly exciting, but it's got 100 amp service, which is standard, but not a ton of power. So just feel for the other side. And then it's actually extra deep back here. So you could put a workbench or something right along this wall if you wanted. And you've got your furnace and water heater back in this corner. And the water heater is a year old, it's gas, and then the furnace obviously gas as well, and it's original. So I can hear the fan running, so mechanically it's in good shape. I'm assuming it still heats, but something we'd have checked out. And there's just a little storage nook underneath the staircase here too. It's about 5 by 4 feet, I would say. And then just for your information, there's a loop right here where you could add a water softener at some point if you wanted to, make that simple, and power right above it. So sprinkler controls are on the other side. So nothing terribly exciting, but just so you know, there's a sprinkler system in here and your control box is right there. So I'm gonna head into the backyard from here, but just to give you a feel again for the layout. Bedrooms down that hallway there, and the entrance is to the left. And then you've got a sliding glass door that takes you out to the backyard. And the backyard definitely needs some attention in several ways. The grass, other than being neglected, doesn't look bad. I think that with some fertilization and some attention, the grass will come back fairly quickly. It probably hasn't been watered much lately, and just needs a little bit of love. The garden beds, on the other hand, they need a lot of love. Full of weeds. Somebody at some point planted a bunch of roses and perennials, and there's some nice stuff in here, but it's been taken over and hidden by weeds. And so I'll walk around, but you can see throughout. You need a lot of pruning and weeding and that kind of stuff to bring this back. But it's a big backyard. It feels fairly private. There are some fruit trees in the back. Madeline can probably tell us what kind of fruit trees.
Not me, that's Mike.
Oh, so Mike. But I would have to guess that, I mean, from the edge of that patio to the back fence is probably about 35 feet. And the width of the yard is, gosh, 60 or 70 feet. It's a good sized backyard. There's lots of space back here. So off to the side here, if you're facing the house, this would be on the right side. There's a huge pad where you could park an RV here. These blocks are about 4 feet. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about 25 feet. And then probably 15 feet wide. So 25 feet deep, 15 feet wide. Just while I'm noting it, you've got your air conditioner right here. It's original also. But the house is cool, so it's operating, but it's on getting older. But I do want to point out, most of the concrete back here is in pretty rough shape. I think a lot of it is salvageable, but I think somebody poured all of this, like a homeowner poured all of this. There are lots of hairline cracks, a lot of spalling. You can see, like, each one of these was probably poured separately, and the mix on this one was not quite right, and so it's needs some help. And just a lot of little cracks. It's perfectly functional. There's not any major height differences that are like tripping hazards. It's just aesthetically doesn't look beautiful. So come back over here to the patio, and this concrete over here is in a little bit better shape, but there are still some cracks. At the very least, you'd want to seal up those cracks to keep this from lifting up. Yeah, so your back patio here, you've got a little cover off to the side, and this section here is probably about 12 by 12 feet. And then right when you come out of the dining room, you've got about a 10 by 10 pad that is not covered. Around the corner here, you've got more garden beds that just need a little attention. It looks like they took a tree down here and just kind of cut it up and left it in place. But yeah, there's a little side yard over here that is just not being used for much right now, but there's some potential there. But just so you get a feel for the garden beds and the yard and some of these trees, I'll come over here. Oh, so this is some kind of cherry. And then another type of cherry. It appears like a different type. And then, so we can get a little closer over here without getting sprayed. Looks like that is an apple of some kind. but that's just a guess. Don't quote me on that. All right, so there's your shot of the back of the house. Roof looks good back here, paint looks good. And we'll go take a look at your bedrooms and the bonus room. All right, so walking back in the main room. Oh, and just for reference, I know you mentioned that you liked a fireplace. You could put a gas fireplace in that corner that vents out the wall. It would have to vent off that wall to the right, because behind this wall is the master bedroom, but it would be venting onto your patio, which is fine. You just would have, in the winter, you'd have really hot air pumping out of there. Okay, so coming down this hall, it's pretty small. You just have like a sort of like a wagon wheel setup. So immediately to the right is your master. Hallway bath straight ahead. And then if I turn to the left here, you've got a linen closet and then 2 more bedrooms. So I'll start with this bedroom here. And carpet in these bedrooms, generally you've seen better days. This, as you can see, is fairly stained. And this is a pretty small basic bedroom. It's about 10 by 10 feet. Got a standard closet there that's about 5 by 2 feet. And just for your reference, this window overlooks the front yard. And then if I come out and go to this bedroom that is right next door, this window also faces the front yard. This room's a little bigger. It's probably 12 by 10. And there's a little sort of a bay window there with a seat. And then same setup for a closet. So you've got your linen closet right in the hall here. And then next door, you've got your bathroom. And this is all original in here. You've got rolled vinyl flooring, the same stuff that's in the laundry room. 1-piece fiberglass tub, toilet, and that is a 24-inch vanity, just original laminated top. This bathroom is about 8 by 5 feet. And then right next to that is your master. So the master bedroom is just ballpark, about 14 by 14 feet, I would say. It's not huge, but it's not small. You could fit a king bed in here and have plenty of space. The carpet is definitely wrinkly. It's not as filthy as the rest of it, but it's seen better days for sure. Your bathroom through here, you've got a 6-foot vanity, and the vanity itself is original, but it looks to me like somebody probably tiled the top. And so it's got little 4-inch slate tiles with a pretty fat grout line. Those grout lines are about 1/2 inch, so it's a pretty good sized grout line, but it looks like it's in good physical shape. The floors in here are rolled vinyl flooring, original, and you've got an oversized bathtub in the back. It's a 1-piece fiberglass setup. And there's a little linen closet right next door. It's got a cat door in it, and about 3 by 3 feet probably for that closet. And your toilet just on the other side of the door here. And then the master closet is back through here. And the closet is about 5 by 8 feet. So you've got shelving up above and a spot to hang clothes up there all around. And then there's a set of shelves there to the left. So, and then carpet again in here. So heading back out, we'll go check out the bonus room. So coming out of the master bedroom, if I turn left, I'm heading back into the common spaces. You can see the kitchen off to the left, and then here's your staircase up to the bonus room. So stairs are carpeted, and this carpet, it's the same, but it looks like it's in fine physical shape. Probably not a lot of use coming up here, but here's your bonus room over the top of the garage. The flooring is laminate flooring, and there's a little bit of damage throughout here. You can see that looks like maybe some of the joints got wet at some point, so they're lifted up a little bit. So something you probably want to address at some point. Really dark paint in here. It's like a deep chocolate brown. And again, DIY trim in here. The joints aren't fantastic, and the paint is not very clean. There's drips on the trim throughout. But this room is probably 20 by 10, I would say, something like that. And then you can see there's a window at the end that just overlooks the front of the house. You're just right on top of the garage. So So driveway down there and a view of the neighborhood. So there you have it.